Allison, and I'm CEO at Dotloop. And Dotloop has reinvented the way that people work, and we focus primarily on the real estate industry. For me, the American dream is the freedom and ability to spend your life on your area of passion. And so the American dream is really about figuring out what you're passionate about and spending as much time as possible on it. Incredibly important. So, and it builds off of passion, because when you're passionate about something and you're pursuing your American dream, you tend to work harder, and the work that you do is better and more meaningful because you're passionate about it. So it is a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy to follow your passion. But hard work and perseverance is really important, because when you're pursuing an American dream, it's not easy. And successes are just failures that never gave up. And you sort of have to go into it knowing that. And the only way to overcome failure and to achieve success is by persevering and working really hard and viewing every challenge and every roadblock as an opportunity. My education did a couple of things for me. First, it surrounded me with great people. One of the things that I've learned in pursuing my American dream is that your impact on the world and your ability to achieve things in life correlate directly to the people that you surround yourself with. And my education allowed me to be surrounded by a lot of really great and smart people with different experiences and backgrounds. And that ultimately positioned me to be more diverse and more knowledgeable and experienced as an individual at a young age. I would say the second thing that university and education did for me is created the discipline around learning. And when you're pursuing your American dream, for me, my American dream was to change the way that people work and make a really meaningful impact on the world in doing it. And that hadn't been done before in the same way that I was envisioning. So you have to be a learner, and university creates those disciplines that ultimately define who I am. So now I spend at least 50% of my time learning, whether it's out there in the office interacting with our employees, or talking to customers in the field, or just reading books. So I think it's been huge for that. What I've learned from all the other just really inspiring and successful people that I've become acquainted with is that as you become more and more successful, you find great pride in helping other people succeed. And I think that there's something about the entrepreneurship community where there's just this notion that you have an obligation to pay it forward as you pursue your American dream, and it's also pretty rewarding. So I think that we try to make that pretty integral to who we are and what we do here at the company. And we also see a lot of synergies between a company and its community, and that's why we try to encourage community engagement amongst our employees. Yeah, I definitely haven't achieved my American dream yet, because I believe that the American dream is a journey. I don't think it's any one event or milestone that you just check off the box and you're there, because that's kind of what life is. It's this journey, and the American dream for me is about making sure that I spend as much of my time on the things that I'm passionate about, and making as big of an impact on the world as I can in doing so. So over the course of the next X number of years of my life, I hope to continue that, and provided that I can spend my time on things that I'm passionate about and make a big impact on the world as a byproduct, then I'll continue to pursue my American dream. But I don't ever think there's going to be just one milestone where I can check that box. is if you're healthy and you have a great family and great base of friends and you're spending your working life on your purpose in life and your passion, then you hope that the results are the freedom, right? Which the freedom to not have to worry about how you're going to put food on the table, and the freedom to spend your time the way that you want to spend it and with the people that you want to spend it with. And that for me is a perfectly balanced life. My best advice is, there are two. One is follow your passion. You have to figure out what you're passionate about, and once you figure that out, make sure that you spend time pursuing that passion. The second piece of advice that I would say is that nobody succeeds alone. And the faster you recognize that, and you recognize that your success is directly related to or dependent upon the people that you surround yourself with. So it starts out, for me, it started out as mentors and advisors, and eventually it became investors and then employees and now board members. So make sure you surround yourself with great people. And the third and final piece of advice, I know I said two, but there's a third, is never give up, because success is just failure whereby somebody never gave up, and you have to go into it knowing that.